Right now, as you watch this video, 95% of your thoughts, your decisions, and your actions are being controlled by a part of your mind that you cannot see, cannot access, and in most cases, do not even know exists. This is not a metaphor. This is not philosophy. This is measurable neuroscience. Your conscious mind, the part you think of as you, the voice reading these words, the part that makes plans and sets goals, processes roughly 50 bits of information per second. Your subconscious mind processes 11 million. That means for every single thought you are there are 200,000 operating beneath the surface, shaping your reality without your permission. And here is the part that should genuinely disturb you. You did not choose most of those programs. They were installed by other people. Your parents, your teachers, your culture, your media, during a window of time when your brain had absolutely no filter, no defense, and no ability to say no. Every limitation you feel right now, every fear, every pattern of self-sabotage, every relationship you keep repeating, every goal you keep failing to reach, is not a reflection of who you are. It is a reflection of who you were programmed to be. But here is what they never tell you. The programming can be changed, not in years, not in decades, in weeks, using specific techniques that neuroscience has now validated. And that is exactly what you are going to learn before this video ends. But before I show you how to reprogram your mind, you need to understand something that most self-help content completely ignores. The difference between your conscious and subconscious mind is not just a matter of degree. It is the difference between a flashlight and the sun. Most people try to change their lives using willpower, using positive thinking, using conscious effort. And they fail, over and over. Not because they are weak, but because they are using the wrong tool for the job. They are trying to redirect a river with a teaspoon. Understanding the real architecture of your mind is not optional. It is the prerequisite for everything that follows. Imagine an iceberg floating in a vast, dark ocean, the small tip visible above the waterline. That is your conscious mind. It represents roughly 5% of your total mental activity. It handles logic, analysis, short-term memory, and willpower. Now look beneath the surface. The enormous mass hidden underwater, 95% of the iceberg. That is your subconscious mind. It stores every memory, every belief, every emotional pattern, every habit, every skill you have ever learned. It controls your heartbeat, your breathing, your immune system, your emotional reactions, and your deepest beliefs about who you are and what you deserve. Here is the critical insight. Your subconscious mind does not think. It does not analyze. It does not question. It simply runs programs. Like a computer executing code, it takes whatever has been installed and runs it on an endless loop, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whether you are aware of it or not. When you drive a car without thinking about it, that is your subconscious. When you feel anxious in a situation that logically should not scare you, that is your subconscious. When you keep attracting the same type of toxic relationship despite swearing you would not, that is your subconscious. And the most important thing to understand is this: your subconscious mind always wins. Always. When your conscious desires conflict with your subconscious programming, the subconscious wins every single time. This is why willpower alone never produces lasting change. So if the subconscious mind is running programs, the obvious question becomes, who wrote the code? Who programmed you? And when did it happen? The answer is more unsettling than you might expect, because there was a specific window, a precise developmental period, when your brain was wide open, recording everything, and you had zero ability to filter any of it. Between birth and approximately age 7, your brain operates primarily in theta brainwave frequency. This is the same frequency used in hypnosis. In this state, the conscious mind, the critical filter that evaluates information and decides what to accept, has not yet developed. Think about what this means. For the first 7 years of your life, you had no firewall, no spam filter, no ability to say, this belief is true, and this one is false. Everything went straight in. Every word your parents spoke, every emotion they expressed, every argument you witnessed, every time someone told you that you were smart or stupid, capable or hopeless, lovable or unworthy. It went directly into your subconscious database and was stored as fact. A father who says money is the root of all evil installs a program in his child that associates wealth with moral corruption. Decades later, that child, now an adult, sabotages every financial opportunity without understanding why. A mother who constantly worries installs an anxiety program. The child grows up hypervigilant, always scanning for danger, always expecting the worst, not because the world is dangerous, but because the program says it is. Dr. Bruce Lipton, a cell biologist from Stanford University, has spent 30 years studying this phenomenon. His research demonstrates that the beliefs we absorb in the first 7 years become the operating system of our lives, not suggestions, not influences, the actual operating system. And here is what makes this even more profound. Most parents are not installing these programs intentionally. They are simply passing on their own programming. Their fears become your fears. Their limitations become your limitations. It is an unconscious inheritance that has been passed down through generations. By the time you turn 7, roughly 70% of your core beliefs about yourself, about money, about relationships, about what you deserve, are already locked in place. But childhood programming is only the beginning, because the truth is, your subconscious mind never stopped being programmed. Right now, today, as a fully grown adult, your subconscious is still absorbing information from sources that most people never even think about. And these sources have become far more sophisticated than your parents ever were. The average person consumes over 7 hours of media per day, 7 hours of carefully crafted messages entering your subconscious mind. Every advertisement you see, roughly 6,000 per day, is designed by psychologists to bypass your conscious filter and plant desires, insecurities, and associations directly into your subconscious. You do not consciously decide to feel inadequate when you see a luxury car advertisement. The feeling appears automatically because the association, success equals this product, and you do not have it, therefore you are not successful, has been installed beneath your awareness. Social media operates on the same principle, but with devastating precision. Every scroll, every comparison, every curated life you witness triggers subconscious programs about your own worth, your own attractiveness, your own success. The algorithm does not care about your well-being. It is designed to keep you engaged, and insecurity is the most engaging emotion of all. Education systems install their own programming. Sit still. Do not question authority. Memorize and repeat. Success means grades, degrees, and approved career paths. Creativity is secondary to compliance. These are not just rules. They are subconscious programs that shape how you think about learning, authority, and your own potential for the rest of your life. News media installs fear programs. The world is dangerous. Trust no one. Be afraid. After years of daily exposure, your subconscious does not need to evaluate whether the world is actually dangerous. The program is already running. Anxiety becomes your default state, not because of reality, but because of programming. The result is this. By the time you are an adult, you are carrying thousands of subconscious programs that you never chose, never evaluated, and in most cases are completely unaware of. You think your thoughts are your own. You think your beliefs are your own. But the vast majority of them were installed by someone else for their purposes, not yours. Now I know what you are thinking. If my subconscious has been programmed by everyone around me since birth, is there any hope? Can these programs actually be changed? Or am I stuck running someone else's code for the rest of my life? The answer, and this is the most empowering thing you will hear today, is that your subconscious mind can be completely reprogrammed. The same mechanism that allowed programs to be installed can be used to install new ones. And science has identified exactly how to do it. There are 4 proven methods for reprogramming the subconscious mind. Each works through a different mechanism, but they all share one principle. They bypass the conscious critical filter and communicate directly with the subconscious. Technique 1. Repetition with emotion. Most people have tried affirmations and failed. Standing in front of a mirror saying, "I am wealthy," while feeling broke, produces nothing. The subconscious does not respond to words. It responds to feelings. The key is pairing the new belief with a genuine emotional state. Do not just say, "I am confident." Recall a specific moment when you felt genuinely confident. Relive that feeling while stating the new belief. Repeat this process daily, ideally in a relaxed state, for a minimum of 21 days. The subconscious begins to accept the new program when the emotional signature is consistent and sustained. Technique 2. Visualization in the hypnagogic state. This is the technique Neville Goddard called SATS, the state akin to sleep. In our previous video, we explained this method in detail. The principle is simple. As you drift to sleep, your brain enters theta frequency, the same frequency of your first 7 years. In this state, vivid visualization is accepted by the subconscious as real experience. Whatever you impress upon your subconscious in this window, it accepts as fact and begins reorganizing your external reality to match. If you have not watched our video on Neville Goddard and the SATS technique, I strongly recommend it. The link is in the description. Technique 3. Meditation and mindful awareness. Meditation does not just reduce stress, it creates a gap between stimulus and response. In that gap, you can observe your subconscious programs without automatically obeying them. Over time, this awareness weakens old programs and creates space for new ones. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that 8 weeks of consistent meditation physically changes brain structure. The amygdala shrinks, the prefrontal cortex thickens, and new neural pathways form. You are literally rebuilding the hardware that runs your programs. Technique 4. Environmental reprogramming. Your subconscious is constantly absorbing information from your environment. The people you spend time with, the media you consume, the conversations you participate in, all of these are programming inputs. Consciously curating your environment is one of the most powerful and most overlooked reprogramming tools. Replace the 7 hours of unconscious media consumption with intentional content. Surround yourself with people who embody the beliefs you want to install. Your subconscious will absorb the new inputs just as readily as it absorbed the old ones. Now I can hear the skeptic asking, where is the evidence? These techniques sound good in theory, but has anyone actually measured whether subconscious reprogramming works? The answer is yes, and the research is extraordinary. Dr. Joe Dispenza has conducted one of the largest ongoing studies of mental reprogramming in history. Across workshops with thousands of participants, his team has used brain scans, blood tests, and genetic analysis to measure what happens when people systematically change their subconscious beliefs. The results are staggering. Participants who practice sustained visualization in a meditative state for 4 days showed measurable changes in gene expression. Genes associated with immune function were upregulated. Genes associated with disease were downregulated, not over months, over days. Brain scans revealed that participants who vividly imagined a new reality showed neural activity patterns identical to people actually living that reality. The brain literally could not tell the difference between the imagined experience and the real one. This confirms what Neville Goddard taught 80 years ago. Your subconscious does not distinguish between a vividly imagined event and a physical one. But Dispenza's most remarkable finding relates to the heart. The heart generates an electromagnetic field 5,000 times stronger than the brain. When participants combined a clear mental image with an elevated emotion, gratitude, love, joy, the heart's electromagnetic field became coherent, and the body began producing neurochemical signatures of the imagined future before it physically manifested. In practical terms, their bodies were responding to a future that had not happened yet, as if it were already real. Stress hormones dropped, immune markers increased, inflammatory markers decreased. The body was healing itself in response to an assumption. This is not mysticism. This is peer-reviewed neuroscience. The mechanism is clear. Change the assumption held in the subconscious, and the body, the brain, and eventually the external circumstances reorganize to match. The Harvard piano study we discussed in our Neville Goddard video demonstrated the same principle. Mental rehearsal produces the same neural changes as physical practice. Your subconscious mind treats vivid imagination as real experience. So now, you understand the problem. Your subconscious has been programmed by others. You understand the mechanism, theta state, repetition, emotion. You understand the science, neuroplasticity, RAS, gene expression. The only question left is, what do you actually do tomorrow morning? Let me give you a specific plan. Here is your 21-day subconscious reprogramming protocol. It requires 30 minutes per day, 20 minutes at night, 10 minutes in the morning. Night protocol, 20 minutes before sleep. Step 1. Lie down in a dark, quiet room. Step 2. Close your eyes and breathe slowly. 4 counts in, 7 counts hold, 8 counts out. Do this for 2 minutes. Your brain waves will begin shifting from beta to alpha to theta. Step 3. When you feel the drowsy heaviness, the hypnagogic state, begin your visualization. Choose one specific scene that implies your goal has already been achieved. See it through your own eyes. Feel it with your body. Hear the sounds. Step 4. Loop this scene with genuine emotion. Not wanting, but having. Gratitude, relief, quiet joy. Step 5. Fall asleep inside this feeling. Do not check your phone. Do not break the state. Let sleep carry the impression directly into your subconscious. Morning protocol. 10 minutes after waking. Step 1. Before opening your eyes, before checking your phone, before any external input, lie still for 2 minutes. Your brain is still in alpha state, partially receptive. Step 2. Repeat your chosen affirmation 3 times with emotion, not robotically. Feel the truth of it. Step 3. Spend 5 minutes journaling. Write as if your goal has already happened. I am grateful that. Describe your new reality in present tense with sensory detail. Step 4. Consciously choose your first input of the day. Do not start with news or social media. Start with content that reinforces your new programming. Environmental audit. Do once at the start. Identify the 3 largest sources of unconscious programming in your daily life. For most people, this will be social media, news, and 1 or 2 specific relationships. Reduce or eliminate exposure to these sources for the 21-day period. Replace them with intentional inputs, books, content, and people that reflect the beliefs you want to install. 21 days is the minimum threshold for forming a new neural pathway. After 21 days, evaluate. Most people report noticeable shifts in their automatic thoughts, emotional reactions, and external circumstances within the first 2 weeks. Your subconscious mind was programmed without your consent. But from this moment forward, you hold the controls. The same mechanism that installed limitation can install freedom. The same theta state that absorbed fear can absorb courage. The same neural pathways that learned helplessness can learn power. The technique is simple. The science is clear. The only variable is whether you will actually use it tonight. Neville Goddard discovered this mechanism 80 years ago and used it to manifest the impossible. We told his complete story in our previous video. The link is on screen now. Subscribe to Ethereal Seeker. We go deeper every week. Your mind was never broken. It was just running the wrong program.